Arcane.
I thought Arcane was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good too.
I haven't finished it yet because I'm planning on. I meant to watch it with Yuki, and we kept forgetting it. We finally watched it, and I was like, okay, it is good.
Mm-hmm.
I should get her into it. We should watch it, but I had to watch everything again, so I stopped. And you haven't continued it, right?
No, okay. So after we got done watching it, we stopped at episode 5, right?
It was like 7 out of 9.
Oh, okay.
I know we had like 2 episodes.
Because so like we were drinking for this too because we made rolls.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like,
as usual,
like everything kind of blends in together.
Yeah.
All I know is like Vi and Caitlyn kind of have like this thing going on where like you could tell they're like they like each other, like friendship wise, not like that.
Yeah.
Spoilers for season 2. Even though I haven't seen
it
yet.
But we know what's going on.
Because like they look out for each other, right? So like Via's like telling Echo, oh no, Caitlyn's good. Yeah. And so they're like friends. Yeah, they just look out for each other. And then but Vi's like trying to find Jinx. Yeah. And then after that, I fell asleep while watching episode 9. Yeah. So I gotta watch episode 9 again before we watch season 2. Yeah. So we're kind of there.
Okay. Yeah. I think even without spoilers, I kind of knew that Vi and Caitlyn might hook up.
Really?
Yeah. There's some signs in the first season where so I guess I'm more aware of the signs because I knew about the spoilers and the memes.
You see me too.
But even still, it's like you could have caught it. Like the part, I think like Violet blocks something for Caitlyn or something. I remember they're getting really close and her arms over her, and they like lock eyes. You know, the thing you're scared to do. And they're like,
hey! No one asked for you to attack me right now.
Oh, you heard that? Oh shit!
It's only me. Who else are you talking to?
I thought this was in my mind.
Oh, did I say that out loud?
Just kidding.
This guy.
But anyways, they kind of lock eyes, and I was like, oh, is this where they fall in love? Because they're the typical opposites attract or whatever, or like the whole like she's one dynamic, she's another, anyways, so it does play off as like they're best friends. But I was like, you know what, I bet you even if I had the spoilers, I probably would have guessed it. Like I probably would have been like 50-50 on it. But because I know the spoiler, it's like, oh, okay, it really is it. Like they did show signs of it in the first season.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, otherwise there's like a few other signs too. And
Okay.
But yeah, it's not too bad of a show so far.
No, I like it.
Yeah,
I really do like it.
I don't know how accurate it is to the lore League because I don't play League.
Okay, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
yeah. I think I understand why people who don't play League they love Arcane because Arcane is great on its own.
Yeah, it is.
But if you play League and you watch Arcane, it's like, oh, like here are things from the game.
Yeah,
and so like when Vi gets her gauntlets, it's like, okay, we saw that coming. Or like when Jace and Victor, when they're making not weapons, but they were just doing like utilities. Yeah. And like they had the gauntlet. I was like, oh, that's gonna be Vi. Like Vi's gonna get that later. Oh, yeah. Like so you see that.
And it's cool when they say Hex Tech, and you're like, ooh, I know Hex Tech.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like that was my rule because I knew they're gonna bring up Hex Tech because Vi uses Hex Tech, Jace does, Victor does. Yeah. You definitely see in season 1, like towards the end, right? Yeah. I don't think we got to there. I think in episode 8 and 9, like Victor is like in love with Hex Tech.
Yeah.
Wait, did we see that?
No, maybe. Yeah. No, we did. I'm pretty sure we did.
Like him, the Hex Core,
the one where he bangs the lady, and Jace, the cripple. Is that Jace?
No, that's Victor.
Oh yeah, Victor gets electrocuted.
Sure. Do you remember seeing Victor's like mentor?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We just got introduced. We stopped right when we got introduced to him.
Oh, okay.
He went back.
So, see, did you hear that?
What?
Shut up! I know you heard it. You're just playing with me now.
What? No, I'm serious. I was like, what?
I don't think the mics are picking it up, but my alarms are going off.
Yeah. Oh, that. Would it make you feel better if I said yes?
Shut up, Richard. Anyways, like towards the end of season 1, like you get to see like they kind of grow into who they are in the games. Like in the games, they're like more mature.
Yeah.
But yeah, Arcane, yeah, they're definitely younger.
Yeah,
but
I only brought up Hex Tech because I had, so there's 2 things so far in this show that I don't like, or would have changed or something.
Okay.
The first mention of Hex Tech. So if you play League, you know what Hex Tech is, but if you don't play League, you don't know what it is. So you're just like, okay, because the way they played it is like, it's all ominous. And it's very like. It's at the end of the show, like the very last second of the show too. Yeah. So it's a cliffhanger basically, right? But for people who don't know League, don't know what Hex Tech is, like it's like, all right. Yeah. But with people who play League, you're like, oh look, Hex Tech, drink Hex Tech. Yeah. So I had this problem the other day when we were watching it, and we're like halfway through the show. Oh no, I think it was like an episode or 2 after they mentioned the Hex Tech, but they didn't like come up with it again. And I was just confused because I was just like, so what's Hex Tech? Why is it such a big deal thingy? Yeah. And you and Eddie kept just being like, giving me like the obvious thing. It was like, they're the guys who made combined magic and technology. They're the ones who made some people's weapons and stuff. And I was just like, yes, guys, I know what the company does because I saw the episode where they're trying to combine technology and magic. So I know that Hex Tech is going to be based off of technology and magic. However, what I need to know is like, what is the importance of them in this story? And you guys just kept saying the same thing. And I was like, I need to know that the good guys, bad guys, they help out or some shit, like I know their function. I need their plot reason, because again, I don't play Leagues. I just didn't know. Yeah. So the whole time, like when you told me that, like, yeah, Hex Tech came up and it's all ominous and serious. So I was like, are they an evil company? Do they like fuck the world up or something? Mm-hmm. But turns out that's not it. But that's only learned that because I realized that like, oh, okay, they're like that misunderstood neutral company that ends up doing both bad and good,
Yeah, see, I feel like that's where like I didn't know either because I don't know the lore too much.
Yeah, you didn't know, but I kept hoping like Eddie would tell me more. I don't know if he was like trying to just avoid spoilers, but I even told him like, dude, like just tell me because I need to know for this purpose because it's just like I don't know. Yeah,
so I guess me and you are both coming from the same spot, where we don't know if it's on the good or bad side.
Yeah, and then my only other gripe so far is, I think they did the backstory of Jinx and Violet too early. I think it should have been in the middle of the show. I think it should. So where it shows off, the very first episode where it shows off Jinx and they're hijacking the airplane, whatever. Like right when they're older.
When they're older. Yeah.
That's where it should have started. And you go through all these things, all these developments of like, who's Jinx, what is she, what does she do? But maybe that's because I don't know the League story, I don't know the League characters. So like for League players, you want the backstory, so you would want that first because you play League, you know the character. Yeah. But for me, I don't know the character. Yeah. So like, oh man, like when I was watching the backstory, and I was like, okay, like do I feel bad for these characters? These people know, like I know the the blue one obviously turns to Jinx because she's the League's almost character face. Yeah. Like the most common League player.
Yeah, the most known. Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't know anything about like Violet or their dad, whatever his name was. So like I did feel some sympathy for the dad when he dies. When Violet kind of does whatever, I was like, okay, I get it. But then I was like, I know that's Jinx though. But I was like, why am I learning this now? And then like it goes to a tragedy and then just straight to adult, and it's like, oh, they were giving us the whole backstory. I thought it was gonna be like more.
Oh, okay.
But that's why I was like, I think it should have started off with her as an adult, going through all her troubles and issues, because we see that Jinx is like all crazy and fucked up. We don't know why. And we see that she's haunted by something. We don't know why. Mm-hmm. Basically, it's like, I guess for you League players, you already knew the mystery, so you wanted to know. That's why you got the backstory first and you liked it. But for me, I don't know the mystery. It's not a puzzle for me. The puzzle's already been complete. So when I'm looking, I was like, yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's that. So like when I'm seeing Jinx freak out about the haunting thing, I was like, oh, I know why she's haunted. That's it. But if it was like, if I didn't know why she was haunted, I'd be like, oh, why is she haunted? Like, what's going on? Like, what is this? What does that mean? Who is that? You know? I'm more curious, so I'm more I'm more invested in the character. So then, like, if it goes through that way, you know, you learn about Jinx, Violet, and you see Caitlyn, and everyone's all older, and then it goes to where Violet gets kidnapped or whatever, and then that's when it should have started the backstory, because it shows off them as kids, and then that's when I would get the feeling like, oh, look, that's Jinx when she's little.
Okay,
you know,
I get what you're saying, and I agree, but then like as you were telling that, I was like, okay, I do like how they did Arcane in season 1, because like if you see Jinx and she's kind of going crazy, and then like you see like these there's like these images, like these people talking to her, and you're like, oh, who's that? And then you go to the backstory and it's like, oh, this was that person, but then you would have to like rewatch it to like see her go crazy and be like, oh, this was her friend who died. And then like you'll understand like, wow, why, you know, she kind of kept them in her memories as she was older. But then like I like it because you see them right you see everyone's story, and then you see them die. That's why I kind of like this and Squid Game season 2. There's like kind of like a storyline between like these people who you don't know, who's not part of the game, and you see them die, and then it's like, oh fuck, I like that person, and then you kind of see the continuation of like where their legacy is. So like with Jinx, it was always in her head, like her friends and stuff. But yes, I do agree. Like if you were to see like them as adults and like, oh, you know, Jinx is kind of crazy. And then you see them as a kid and it's like, oh, they grew up together and they had like a dad figure. Yes, I would have liked that too. I really would have liked that. I think you're thinking way into it though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Just because I'm just trying to, because like
that would have made Arcane something where you have to like rewatch it.
Yeah,
which I guess
is fine. You know, like I like doing that.
Riot Games,
fun,
Riot Games, they could have done that too.
Yeah,
where
like
they make you rewatch it.
Yeah, but it's like, I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoy doing that stuff. Like one reason why I really like Futurama is because they do that.
Oh yeah,
you watch like the first.
Oh yeah.
You watch like the first Easter 3 episodes. Yeah, you watch like the whole first season, and you like realize that like, oh, there's, and then like, you know, he goes back to the past where he fixes everything, and you're like, was that there before? So you go back to the first one, like, oh, it was there. You know, like it just makes it more fun.
Yeah,
that's all. That's what I meant by like, you know, like there's like a puzzle.
Yeah,
and it's like, it's fun to figure out things, go back and look at it, and then figure it out. But instead, since Arcane did everything in the front, I was like, oh, okay, that's it.
Okay.
Like I was literally just looking at a pretty puzzle.
Hey, so
like the whole point of a puzzle.
Let me interrupt you real quick, because I heard that like the way people are like making TV shows and movies now, they're over explaining things so that people can understand it better. So you know how like there's a trope where like boyfriends and girlfriends, they'll watch a TV show or a movie together, and then like the guy's paying attention, the girlfriend's like, hey, what's going on? Like the girlfriend needs the boyfriend to explain what's going on, right?
Yeah.
And then the example that I saw was the new Captain America movie. The reason why like they over explain everything was because the generation now,
they don't know
like
about the past movies.
Yeah, like you don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
So you need to over explain everything. That way everyone who's watching it, and if they're not paying attention, they could know the story of it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why we didn't really like it either. Anyways, that's Captain America. Like going back to Arcane, like I feel like that's maybe why they did season 1 that way, where they did like with them as kids, and then it's like, oh, 10 years later, 10 years later, like here they are now.
Oh, maybe,
but
I don't think it'll be over explaining.
Okay, I would be interested to see how they did it if it was like present day Vi, Jinx, and Caitlyn, and then did the backstory.
Yeah, because I don't know. Maybe it's just because I like that. Like a lot of movies follow that same formula, you know.
Yeah.
Present day, and then you see flashbacks.
Yeah,
and it always works out well. But the reason why it works out well is because it does work out well.
It does,
and
it's like you see them who they are, and then you give them backstory, and then it comes back to them in the present, and then they do the same shit, and then it hits you differently.
Yeah, but then like I understand why you do the other way too. Well, one is to appeal to your actual fans, like League players. You know,
right?
They would because like I said, they probably already know the backstory and they want to see the backstory.
Yeah.
So when you see that first, you're like, okay, cool, this is what I wanted.
Yeah.
The reason I brought that up too is because like, that's just something I feel like some games do, like the Warcraft movie.
Right.
They kind of did that. They like jumped. They kind of like did all this all back stuff, and you're kind of like, okay, kind of confused. And it goes to the present, and you're like, oh, okay. But you know, like with people who play Warcraft, like, oh, like I like that part because that was like, that's my shit.
Yeah.
You know. So that's why I was like,
maybe,
I get why they did that, but
yeah,
it's just,
maybe I have to
know?
watch the Warcraft movie then. The World of Warcraft movie.
You can watch it. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
You like it because you understand.
Yeah, I like it because I understand.
But I'm coming in blind.
Yeah, but from what I've heard from people saying that like, even going as blind, you still enjoy. Everyone's complaint about the Warcraft movie is because they're new to the world and the lore.
Yeah,
they don't know what the fuck's going on, so they're just like, I just wish I had a better explanation of like what's happening.
Oh, okay.
You know. So far, that's the only thing I've heard. Otherwise, some people have like complained, just like, oh, this is boring.
So like maybe if they turned that into like a trilogy where it is like they put you straight in the middle, and then they did like the second part, and then like a prequel. Yeah, that would have been better. It would have been like somewhat like Lord of the Rings, where it's like, oh, you put in the middle of it, and you see what happens at the end, and then there is something that happens before it. Yeah.
Who knows what they're gonna do? I don't know. It's a good movie though. I wouldn't mind watching it again. It'd be fun.
Okay.
Maybe that'll be a part of our next trilogy. Maybe we'll do, I don't know, movies about games.
Yeah, that I had another movie in mind too as we were talking, but then I got distracted.
That's okay, because we gotta do our last thoughts on Arcane and then go to the next topic.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, Arcane was good though.
So far I'm liking it. Yeah, Arcane's really good. I'm kind of where you are. Like, yes, I do know some backstory to it because like I see like where everyone is now within the game, right? Yeah. Shimmer, like Eddie was saying that Shimmer turns into something that's part of the drugs? Game. Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm excited to watch season 2. Shoot, what else do I want to say? Oh, we were laughing about this while we were watching Arcane. But then you know how we were recording the Clone Wars episodes? And we were talking about Yoda and
the Yordle.
Yeah, and yeah, and I said Yordle. Yeah. And then now you see, right? Because Heimerdinger. He's a Yordle. They're just short creatures with like the elf-like ears. Yeah. So and then you saw a character that looked like Yoda, right? Yeah. So yeah. So while we were talking, I was like Yoda and Yaddle. Yeah, Yaddle. Yaddle, and I was like Yordle, and you're like what? So in the League of Legends lore, there's a species called Yordles, and they're the short creatures with the elf-like ears.
That was funny. That's a good realization.
No, we did make a lot of Star Wars jokes too while we were watching Arcane.
Yeah, I remember. But we're done with Arcane. What's next?
Oh yeah.
Death of a Unicorn?
Oh, you want to talk about that? Let's talk about that.
What were you going to say?
What's this? What is this?